Welcome back to the Mom Line. We are on episode number 5, and I'm Hannah Rachel.
And I'm Orpaz Levy.
So today we're going to be speaking about how you could gain control in motherhood. I was asking you, Orpaz, about my child that no matter how much I tried disciplining him, I can't. It's so difficult. I lose control. You know, when he hits me and I try telling him, like disciplining him or screaming and he laughs louder, like I have zero control. So teach me your magic.
So, part of my magic is understanding that I cannot control him. So, my whole take on being a mom, and it took me quite a few years to discover this. So, I take this and I say, how can I be in control when I can't control them and I can't control anything around me? The only thing that I can control is me. That's the only thing I can control. You're talking about working out and making yourself feel good that you are in control. That's what we need and that's what we want, and that's what our kids want also. They want to feel like they're in control, and we're going around and telling them, now you're stopping, now you're coming with me, you're going to school, you're going to sleep now it's bath time. We're constantly dictating to them and controlling them when they're little. So you have to think about them, that they are constantly in this struggle where they're trying to be in control and they can't have anything in their control because we're controlling them. So that's when they're little, but when they get older, you can't control them. In the last 17 years of being a mom, I have gone through researching. I'm like, there's got to be this magic. There's got to be a perfect strategy, a parenting method. There's got to be. So since my first was born, I went to an Adler course, and then it like evolved, and I was reading books and positive parenting. And then it just brought me to this place of frustration. I'm like, I have learned so many parenting courses and classes and strategies and tips, and they're still not doing what I'm saying. They're still not listening to me, and I still can't control them.
Right.
And you go through potty training and you go through sleep training, and then I'm like, we are trying to train them. You train a dog where you want them to obey you and have obedience.
Right.
You cannot expect that from a child. And we do not want them to be little robots. I don't want my 10-year-old to be a robot, maybe my 2-year-old. It makes it a little easier and makes life easier. But you don't want your 10-year-old, 12-year-old, whatever, walking out the house and being robots who don't have a say and who are not strong-willed and have a strong personality.
Parents who dream for their kids to go and be rebellious.
Right.
They want their kids to rebel.
Those are the stronger kids that you know that no one's going to, they're not going to be a pushover. And when you're raising a house of Baruch Hashem, we have 8 of those at home. So when they're all around, it's not so easy because everyone has their say, and everyone wants to be in control. But I took it to a place and I said, stop. I'm not going to control them because I can't.
But the thing is, though, when you're raising your kids and like you just want to let them be free and you're not going to let them control you, but they smack you and you scream at them and then they laugh. Okay, I know they feel like they've won when you're screaming and upset because like they're controlling you, but still, how do you educate them so they don't do that? How do you do it? What, you just hug them every time?
No.
What, you're just supposed to hug them and reward them every time they kick you?
No.
So what do you do? What are you supposed to do?
So I have to say that I'm not against any parenting strategy method that I've learned, and I've taken bits and pieces from every place, and it all has there's the themes around there, and you have to have boundaries. That is number one. We talked about those routines, boundaries. Those are the things that that they're etched in stone in your house, because you cannot lead a house with chaos. You can't.
Mm-hmm.
So you do have to have routines and rules and say, we do not hit in the house. We do not hit Ima. That's the rule. And you always say that, but you have to detach from the emotion, because when he first does that, it immediately triggers your nervous system, and that triggers your amygdala, and you're in stress, and you're reacting in that same place. So he was just being like this jolly little cute kid who smacked his mom and just wanted to have a good time.
Mm-hmm.
And his brain was in a healthy place. It really was, because he just wants to have a fun time. That's a normal thing. We want them to be normal. Right. Where I take this is, now I have to think of, how am I going to respond to that and react to that? Do I want to react with stress right now and get all freaked out that, oh my God, again, he didn't listen to me. Again, rules aren't working in the house. How am I going to, I can't control this kid. He's smacking his Ima again. This cannot be. I can't believe this happened again. And you're freaking out in your brain instead of staying in control, because the second you do that, Your brain is losing control.
So
That's
can we act this
loss
out?
of control.
Can I act this out with you? Okay, I'm the son. Okay, and I'm just like,
Rafael, shalom. Remember that we don't hit Ima? I love you. You're so cute. You're so strong. How did you get so strong? Oh my gosh. I'm sure that it's because we ate healthy today and you have so many vitamins and you slept good and you are such a strong little boy. I know that you're going to be so strong one day. You're going to be able to do taekwondo and you're going to be able to play sports. And that's how strong you are going to be. I know you're such a strong little boy. I love you.
seriously?
Yeah.
I can't
What?
believe that. Basically, you're showering them with love. You're changing the subject.
And I am in control.
Okay.
What did he do?
Okay.
He smacked me. But if my brain starts going off on this crazy narrative that what I dictated before is that he's not listening to me, and again he's doing that misbehavior and he's not following the directions, and that's not how we behave in our house. How's that going to help me?
Mm-hmm.
What outcome do I want?
Right.
What outcome do I want?
Right.
Do I want right now for us to continue having a cool, chilled night and for our relationship to be strong? And do I want to strengthen him and really tell him how strong he was because he really smacked me really hard right now? What is he going to get out of that versus what is he going to get out of me yelling at him again?
Right.
At the moment of when that happens, his brain is now following you because your nervous system reacts in that stress. And remember, that's what he's mirroring.
Do you think spouses work in a similar way as well?
With everyone.
Really?
Yeah.
So also when you get into an argument with your husband.
Absolutely. And you stay in control. And you say, what is the outcome of this conversation right now? And
sometimes you're still lost in it. Sometimes you haven't worked out.
So it's like a
that's
muscle.
like your counterpart. Our brains are so intricate that it's not just like, oh, I'm just going to remain in lovey-dovey control right now. And really, I haven't figured this out with myself yet.
I'm not saying that this is easy. This is work, but it's just like you're working a muscle and you're lifting weights and you start with 2 pounds and then you go up to 4 and you go up to 10. This is a muscle that you practice. But let me tell you, life is a lot easier and less stressful and with less frustration when I practice this and I learn to be in control. Because when they do this and when they trigger my stress, you lose it. And when you have 1 kid and 2 kids and then more things, can you imagine what it's like for living in stress mode? That's the parenting strategy.
Right.
It's called stress galore. It's like stress from the moment you wake up until you go to sleep.
Do you think you also need to compromise on how clean you want the house to be?
Absolutely. I've gone through therapy. Every kid that came along and my husband has just taught me that it's not worth it. Because every time I'm like, oh my God, again, you didn't put your shoes away again. You didn't clean up again. And then I'm like, I'm trying to control the way my house is going to look when, Baruch Hashem, I have a big family. I'm like, that is just an impossible
So I should just
expectation.
give up now. I should give up now in laundry.
No.
Let it out.
No, find a healthy way where things are going to stay in order that you can take. So there's like, my husband will tell me like, leave all the dishes and just go hang out with the kids. I know I can't do that because my stress in my brain will not let me be calm when I see all that mess. But are there ways and tactics that I've learned that can so I know that before they come home, if I don't empty the dishwasher, I know that subconsciously I'm going to be stressed out that I didn't do it yet and I have so much more to do. So I know little things that help me handle the stress and little things along the way.
Right.
So in all of this, I stopped trying to control everything around me and brought the control over here. And I want to dictate and I want to lead the way. And when I have a smile on my face and I say no to the stress and I say no to those annoying, nonstop thoughts that come into my head and they still do, and I fight them every time. And again, I'm like, and I'm about to say them, and I'm like, you didn't pick up your shoes again? You didn't listen to me again? Don't you remember that we said to put a backpacks exactly where I said? And then I say to myself, don't you remember that they're normal kids again? Don't you remember that it's okay? And they don't mean it. And just because they did that, it's okay. And I changed the narrative to say they're normal, happy kids. Stop freaking out. So the backpack won't be in place. It's okay.
Right.
It's better that you will be chilled right now and you'll ask them how school was rather than telling them, you didn't put your backpack away again. You didn't listen to me again. Okay, so fine.
Right.
So you just suck it up sometimes and you choose where to take it. On the outside, everything stays the same. There's always going to be chaos. There's always going to be sibling rivalry. There's always going to be stress around you, but your nervous system is in your control. And if you're in that place where you know that I am steady right now, you're not going to throw me off. and they're going to try. And there is constantly, your husband, your kids, all the time, I'm telling you. But when I know that no one's going to throw me off and I'm in that control, then everything just goes together. It's like contagious.
Right.
If mom is freaking out, the kids are going to freak out.
Right. So what I was speaking about was really what gives me the sense of control. So honestly, when I wake up and I exercise, whenever I'm doing my running in the morning, I feel so much more in control.
And I always look and see what's going on in our brain when this happens. So when I'm in stress mode, my amygdala is working. This is like our animalistic brain. It's the back of our brain. It's the first thing that, it's like it's stress mode, fight or flight. That's what is first triggered with us, with the kids. And we practice using our frontal areas of our brain. Mm-hmm. When we use our prefrontal cortex, we are able to make decisions. We're able to make a conscious decision and be intentional of how I'm going to react to this. If I'm in stress mode and my amygdala is running the show, there is no way that control is going to happen here. Stress is controlling everything that's happening.
Right.
That's like mothering from your, like instincts. We'll see what happens and we'll see how it goes. How is it going to go? It's just going to be crazy, chaotic, stress, and your anxiety is going to be mirrored off to your kids. So it's usually that first thought and it triggers you. So when he smacked you, what was your first initial thought when that happened?
That was like, oh my God, everything that our Paz Levy taught me is out the window. How am I ever going to get control over this boy? It's doomed.
Right? That's exactly
you see the future, like that's it.
Yeah, I'm done.
This boy is just doing whatever he wants.
Aren't you getting all worked up about it, right? Even just talking about it. I have
no flipping clue how to do this. You met my son. He is his own little man.
And you want him to be
in
that
a
little man.
2-year-old body.
What I want you to do is just you practice that after that one thing. So you're going to say, okay, if right now, like really play it out in your brain. Right now, him smacking me is what makes me mad. The next time he smacks me, you practice in your head what you're going to react and what you are going to say.
So now hit me. Raphael Shalom, wow, you're so strong. I didn't realize what a superhero strong you are. Amazing. We don't hit Ima in our house. Ima is amazing. She takes care of you. We don't hit Ima. But one day you're going to be a fireman. You're going to be anything you want to be. You need to work on those muscles. Work on them, okay? Do you want us to go take a bath?
Yeah. Practice and you say that I want to be in control and I'm going to lead the way. So when he does that and you can tickle him and the next time he smacks you, it's not going to be as amusing as it was the first time when he got you all riled up. Right. He was in control. When you make that choice and you switch off where you want to take it, it's just a domino effect of where you're going to take this. Am I going to take this to stress zone right now? And what's going to happen right after that? You're not the same Ima that you were right before that happened.
Right. Be in a conversation with yourself while you're in a conversation with your son. That's what motherhood does for you, or Paz. I think that's why it gives us bina and chokhmah as moms.
Right.
So do you have any final closing words to moms listening around the world who are dealing with this loss of control? What are your final words for us?
Say you have to remember that it is not a realistic expectation to control your kids. You cannot control anything around you other than what goes on in here. Your thoughts,
yourself.
Your narrative that goes on, your interpretation of everything that's happening around you. Instead of looking at them and saying, I cannot believe they are not listening to me again, you say, wow, Baruch Hashem, I have such healthy, happy, normal kids that's what they should be doing. And yes, they will be talking back to you and they are always going to be fighting and there's always going to be stress and chaos happening around you. But the way that you react to that, it determines what happens after and everything around you. So you decide if it's going to escalate and it's going to turn into this crazy power struggle, escalation of, making the chaos and everything so much more. And what goes on in their brains after that happens is, there goes Ima again. Wow, there she goes again. Do you think they're going to be listening to you? They're not listening to you again because they've heard you say that and they've heard your speech a million times already. So they're not interested. So save your words and your energy and instead keep the energy happy. Stay in control. It's all up here and it's practicing. Promise the kids will learn how to stay in control that way also because you'll see that you're training their nervous system and their brain to react in the same way when something stresses them out.
Yes.
So to happy mothering, and when you know better, you mother better and never give up.
Never give up. And please do share and like and comment. Give us questions. We want to hear your questions.
L'chaim.